Welcome. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. My name is Dillion. Appreciate that you guys all came here. It's a huge crowd. I didn't expect this. Yeah. So I guess I'll begin my talk. So my talk today is my engineering stack, and this is me. My name is Dillion. 4 years ago, I finished college and I went ahead and started building startups full time. And since then, I've been building a bunch of different things. One of the things I built is called Magic UI. It's an open source UI library for design engineers. And it was really cool. Just grew very quickly on GitHub and open source. And most recently, I launched an iOS application last fall in October. And within 45 days, we grew it to 300K MRR. We did 600 million views in 60 days on social media, 1.2 billion views on social media after 4 months. It's fully bootstrapped, no venture capital taken. I personally took on a $100,000 loan to grow this. And yeah, it's just going to keep growing. I'm going to continue working on this application. Yes, we'll do the next one. Cool. All right, so the purpose of this talk is to go into my engineering stack and what I do for engineering, because I'm an engineer by nature, but also I do product stuff and develop products and grow them as well. But I think my mindset is what's important, because the engineering mindset is really applicable and valuable when you apply to different niches and different roles. So we'll go back to the previous slide. So as a high-level summary, what I use right now are just these 3 tools. I don't really go too far deep into customizing them or like trying out a bunch of skills. I find the base models work well for me. I have gotten deep into using Pi and like setting up like these custom skills and custom workflows, but also sub-agents and all these things. But honestly, like from my experience, I've only seen like a marginal gain. Like the core value is just using the AI to get work done in the real world and not like tweaking like your configuration. So we'll stay on the same thing. Conductor is a tool which I really like a lot. The reason for this is I've tried a bunch of these IDEs which allow you to write code using these agents, and Conductor was the one which had the least friction to getting code live. Everything I do, it's like shipping very quickly. I'm always shipping new code. Even this morning I was shipping some code. So what I can do is I can just make a PR, merge it, and go live, and keep doing that in repetitions, in cycles. But other tools like Claude Code CLI or even some other variations or competitors for Conductor, like they didn't have the best UX in my opinion to do that. So Conductor for shipping fast. Claude Code I use for everything basically. So for full stack engineering, for front end, for building iOS apps. I like to use plan mode and then going ahead and like building out the plan. I always review the code frequently because like both of these models, like regardless of what they do, they always like make up stuff. So ideally you ground what they're saying in truth or docs and work from there. And then for Codex, I just use that for performance optimizations, bug fixes, and some backend stuff. So if I have a massive table in the database and the performance is slow on some queries, I'll just tell Codex, like, go optimize all the queries, go make some indexes, go do some caching, and it'll just do perfectly. But yeah, that's my overall setup right now for coding and tools. We can go next slide. Cool, I want to talk about this. This is what I'm interested in right now, and I've been like tinkering with for the past 2 weeks. So Cloudflare released this thing called MCP portals, and this was released I think about a month ago or like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Essentially what I can do is I can make one MCP for my company, and I call it mcp.product.studio. And within this, I have all of my tools and apps which I use on a regular basis. So Superwall, Stripe, Linear for like project management. This is the App Store Connect, ads platforms, etc. So this is extremely valuable, and I'll explain why. Right now, we have a workflow where someone comes to me on my team, and they don't have permissions in one of the softwares to do something. So they ask me to like, hey, can you please update this so I can do the rest of my task? An example is we're doing paywall experiments in Superwall. In Superwall, like So in our application, we have a paywall, and users see the paywall, and then they pay a price to use the application. We test that frequently, every single week. My team asked me to test a different price, and I have to go into App Store. It takes me like 10 minutes to like set up all these configurations in the UI, import the price, and then I have to like go through a review process and approve it. And then once I do it in App Store, I also have to do it in Stripe, because we have a Stripe application of this as well. And I also have to do this in Play Store, Google Play Store. So just a lot of busy work. It takes like 30, 40 minutes to do like one thing, changing the price. But now with this setup, I can just tell AI like, hey, I want to run a new experiment this week. I want to test if $7.99 works better than $6.99. Can you please get this live, right? And it's gonna go to App Store, make the price. It's gonna go to Stripe, make the price. It's gonna go to Play Store, make the price. And then it's gonna go import the price into Superwall. It's gonna go make the experiment in Superwall and get it live, right? So all that 40 minutes of busy work to run an experiment can now be done in like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, right? And then if you imagine this compounding at scale, there's a lot of like end-to-end mappings of these like busy work tasks you have to do. You have to like move data from here to here, review data from here to here. There's always this like this busy work that is always happening. But if you have this set up and you give this to your team, they can do a lot more, be way more productive than you can be individually and like doing these things one-off. I find it so powerful. I've been setting up groups. So in my Cloudflare, I have a group for example, paid ads. I have a group for engineering and a group for monetization. Each group has access to different tools, and they can go do whatever they need to be productive and stay productive. Yeah, this is like the really cool thing. And one more thing about this, and also what's really cool about Cloudflare, Cloudflare is very powerful because their entire infrastructure is all available as MCPs and AI APIs as well. So I actually just gave my Claude Code an API token to my entire Cloudflare infra account, and I told it to just go set this up for me. So I gave it this blog post, I gave it my code, and then it made me this whole thing. Like I didn't have to do anything because it just deployed workers for each individual API. It found the other MCP servers and put them all in. It synced them, and it just did everything. So like the productivity gains are incredible for this. I wanted to demo this as well, but I don't think the screen sharing is up. But we can go into that another time, I think. And then.
Do you use like a website?
Sorry?
How do you want to demo this? Like, you can send me a link or something.
It would be on my computer.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do this later or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, huh?
What do you want?
I mean, we can try one more time to connect to screen share.
Time.
Yeah. Hopefully it connects.
Choose content. Try putting app as Cloud Code. Oh, there's Classroom 5.
Oh, there it is.
And then should show. Choose a code. Choose. Oh, wait 1 sec. So search and then that. Oh,
That's-
2967.
Oh, nice. Okay. 2967.
And also wrap up around 10:20.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, amazing. Okay. So this is really cool. So in this chat over here, I've connected my Claude instance to my MCP, and I can go ahead and like query it for things. So as an example, I'm going to ask it, how are my ads campaigns doing today on Meta and on TikTok? It's going to go ahead, get the data. It's going to show me the data. And this part's like, I guess, like decently valuable. But the next step up is when my agent can tweak the settings, like when I'm not looking at it or when I'm not monitoring it. Because, for example, in the ads platforms, you constantly need to tweak some settings. You want to like turn off things, turn on things, increase budget, whatever. And every day you gotta like review it. But if I can just give that busy work to an agent, then also that removes me from the system as well. But we'll let this do its thing. as you can see, it's like searching all the tools from the MCP, finding the tool that works, and then getting the results from them and showing them. And I'll see if I can show an example of all the tools as well. I'll let this do its thing first, actually. Yeah, I'll let this finish first. But yeah, actually, while this is loading, any questions? Because this is the main thing I wanted to show you guys and go over. Yes?
Yeah, so it's like one MCP and it's one different tools.
Yeah. It's more so like an MCP, but it gives you access to other MCPs as well. Not tools. Tools is a third layer or second layer. So it's MCP, which gives access to other MCPs and then to all the tools that they have. Yeah. And you can like segment or group which tools or which access you want to give to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have one MCP that.
Yes. Yeah. I only have the one which is like mcp.product.studio. There you go. It can pull the results and show that. So now I can ask you something like, well, actually, I don't know if I have the edit access set up on this yet, but can you turn off the worst ad group in TikTok ads? And I can go ahead and do that. Yes, any other questions? Yes?
I'm wondering, like, if something's not acting the way that you want it to, how do you go about like troubleshooting that tool or that part in the MCP?
What's an example of that? Like, do you have an example?
Yeah, like let's say you're trying to run this discovery for ad group after you first make your MCP and it's not working. Like,
Yeah.
How do you?
Oh, yeah.
Part of the funnel is going wrong.
Yes, good question. So this is really cool about Cloudflare. Cloudflare, what it did when it set this up, it made an R2 bucket. It stored all the logs for everything. So then it by itself like checks, is it live? Yes. And then it says, is it working? Yes. But it's something broken. It's going to go to the logs and check the logs to see what's broken and tell me what's broken. And also it'll go fix it actually too. So it's just like fully autonomous. Like Cloudflare Infra is fully autonomous and AI ready, you can call it. Yeah. It's really good. I don't know why this is taking so long, but yes.
So I don't really know the details of how MCPs are implemented, but
Mm-hmm.
I thought like the loading an MCP is pretty impactful on your context.
Yes.
So when you're doing this, are you filling up your context with just the MCP protocols? Like, have you run into issues with context management?
It's a very good question. And Cloudflare thought about this too, and they fixed this as well, actually, with this setup. So in Portal, I'll just open up actually this as well. So this is what it looks like. So in Portal, which is this thing, what they do is they have code mode enabled. So I think that's over here, this thing. So what happens is that normally when you load MCPs and all their tools, say you have 1,000 tools, all of that's going to be in your context window. You're going to pay like $10, $50, whatever for that. But with code mode, what happens is that you load the tools into I guess it's a Cloudflare worker, and then it searches for which tool is relevant and which tools to use. And then it just does the calculation on workers and gives you back the result. So it goes from like 99% token usage to like 1%. It's significantly less because you don't have to load every single thing into your context window. So code mode is the solution. This was released I think a few months ago as well. It's a big like breakthrough in this context window problem with MCPs. And Portal does this automatically. So I can load in like all my MCPs for my entire company and everything, and it'll just like figure out which tools to call, get the result, and then give it back to me. Yeah. Yes?
First, MCPs give you the ability to integrate your quad code to everyday applications, you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So that means that you can create harnesses to do everyday tasks in the background on
Yeah.
a regular basis. And I guess really MCP opens up the ability to utilize more harnesses at once.
More harnesses at once? I mean, yeah, I guess so. Because you can also have the harnesses communicate with each other too. Yeah. There's all this like like I was saying this earlier, like end-to-end mappings of like this tool has to talk to like 5 other tools, this tool has to talk to 5 other tools, and then you're just always busy doing busy work nonstop, running in circles. But then you just give that to the AI, and they can like communicate with each other. I'll show another example of something I have set up.
We have about 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm almost basically done. Cool, this is an example. So I have a worker which runs every 2 hours. It's gonna go ahead and look into my ads account, and what it does is there's a big process, but it goes into my one of my softwares which I have set up, which tracks all of my creators that I work with, which help me with marketing. It looks into their accounts. It finds videos which are over 100K views. It imports them into my ads manager, and then it puts spend behind the ads, and then it also tracks if an ad got rejected or approved, and if it got rejected, it submits an appeal as well to the platform to get it reapproved. It just does a bunch of these things. So like all this busy work that would take me time, I just don't have to do anything. I just look at the report, and it just does everything. So this is the daily summary I get. So here's an example of like the denials. So I got a bunch of denials, and then the worker goes ahead and submits it again. More updates. A new creator onboarded, right? So all these different things are happening in the background, and the busy work is gone, eliminated. Yes. Any other questions about this? Yeah.
I believe you mentioned your platform is able to create like a worker on Cloudflare. So I guess you've given it write access to your Cloudflare account. So I mean that kind of seems like a scary proposition to me. But just in your experience, what's the value you have derived from that in terms of what is Cloudflare able to do? And then also, are there any downsides to it? Do you see any risks, affiliated your D1 or something like that? And do you only give it access to your dev account, or do you also give it access to your prod account?
Yeah, I gave it full access to super admin access to the entire Cloudflare account that I have. So it has abilities for every single Cloudflare tool, whatever there is. So as an example, I have my domain in Cloudflare. I have an R2 bucket in Cloudflare for storing images or assets. I have, I don't know, so many different things. I have email set up in Cloudflare too. So the more I have, I guess in Cloudflare, the tools can just go ahead and implement things. The value which I derived is actually just this example is a really good example, to be honest. The ability to do this, like literally all I did to set this up was I opened this blog post that was here. This is the main post. It was just a guide. I gave the guide to Cloudflare. I gave the guide to my agent. I gave it my Cloudflare token. I said, just make this for me. And then that was it. Like, it just did everything for me. The entire setup that would have taken me, I don't know, a couple of days regularly, it just got done in basically an hour or so, or even less. So that value, the leverage, I like to think of it as leverage. Like the more I let AI do things, I'll make this full screen again. The more I let AI do things, the more leverage there is for me to, I guess, compound more and more and do things quicker and faster and do more tests, do more experiments, etc. Yes?
I just have a clarification question. So you basically like went into Cloud Code, gave it this link, and said, I want MCPs, like one for TikTok, I does this, and then listing them all, and then it went in and it just built it for you? Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because it can go and search the web. It found me this one, this one, this one. Some of them I had to make myself. So like the ads platforms, you can see they're on my domain, product.studio. That means like I looked around for them and they don't have good MCPs or servers or whatever. So I had to go and one by one make my own individual one for these ones, but the rest of them were pretty straightforward. Yeah.
I'm sorry, in the interest of time, we're done with the Q&A session.
Yes.
Do you have anything else? Closing words? Okay.
Closing words. I think one thing I'll say is I guess just go hard on MCPs. It's the theme of this talk. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions for me afterwards, I'll be around as well. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it.